Jesus will give us discernment of the ability to see His promises and the process, listen to this, or the steps that we got to take in order to experience His promise in our lives. I want to show this through an illustration, okay? I've got some special people that are going to help me out here. So can we get Jesus and Jaheim and LaShawn to come out here? Okay, dude, that was a legit entrance, man. The door's open. Okay, Jesus, hang tight right there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and come back. Go ahead and come back.
Everybody?
But just Jesus for now, okay?
All right.
Let's give Jesus a hand, man. There's not many people that are great like this guy. I love him so much. So here's Jesus. Now we got LaShawn. And LaShawn is a special young man. I've been loving him for a long time. And you know one of the things that's special about LaShawn is he's not ashamed of his faith. And you know what LaShawn does? LaShawn has invited Jaheim to church because he wants him to meet Jesus. Isn't that cool? Let's give LaShawn a big hand, man. That's legit, right? Now the glasses are going to make sense here in just a minute, okay? No mortal man would look back there in those glasses, by the way. Okay? So here's LaShawn, and he's wanting to introduce Jaheim to Jesus, right? And he wants Jaheim to know how much Jesus loves him and that Jesus gave his life for him, right? So as he does this, and as Jaheim begins to fall in love with Jesus, he gives his life to him. He says, man, you know what? Jesus, if you were willing to give your life for me, I'll give my life for you, right? Isn't that awesome? So in return, Jesus, now that he's got this love thing going on with Jesus, man, all of a sudden, something amazing is happening. He's beginning to see things a little differently than what he used to. So I'm going to ask my angels to come up. Can you guys come up here? You guys? Yes. What do you go see? Let's park you right here. Is that okay? Can you guys line up right here? So one of the things that God has for every one of us is a plan. Did you guys know that? Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. God says, I know the plans that I have for you. Everybody raise your hand. That's who He has a plan for. Every one of you. He says, I know the plans that I have for you. Plans to prosper you and bless you. Plans to give you peace. And He has this individual plan for each of your lives. And in my life too. The problem is, guys, is if we're not in a loving relationship with Jesus, we kind of don't know how to experience that plan. And so, I'm going to give you this and you give it to one angel at a time. Okay? So one of the things that Jesus is going to do, He's going to work with Jaheim and begin to show him how to experience that plan in his life and give him clear. So you can see that it was real murky. That's good, dude. Okay. Can you give him a little bit? Woo. Now, all of a sudden, this is becoming clear. Let's see what this says. Go to church. So you know what? Jesus is giving him clarity on what the next step is. He's saying, look, man, at church, I've got this cool dude named Zach that's a new youth pastor at Mount Pleasant who loves you with all your heart, man. He wants to keep you on the straight and narrow. He wants to give you encouragement. He wants to be there for you when you need him, right? He says, man, there's other young people, man, cool dudes like LaShawn, right, that are coming to this church too, that are going to help you. They're going to, like that old expression, iron sharpens iron, man. He's going to make things better for you, right? So he gave him clarity on what his next step is. Then he goes to this next one. You give it a little swirl. All of a sudden, oh, there it goes. And what does this one say? Don't go to that party. So let me tell you something that Jesus understands and we don't. He understands what the end is, right? He sees if there's a party that Jaheim goes to, if he goes to that party, man, that's the first time he's going to get exposed to methamphetamines. That's the first time he's going to get exposed to dope like that. And he tries it. He knows if he goes, he's going to try it and he's going to like it. And he's going to get addicted to it. And it's going to steal his promises. It's going to steal what God has for him. So because of his relationship with Jesus, Jesus gives him clear vision to say, man, it's not a good idea for me to go to this party. I've got to steer clear of this, right? So then Jesus gives him a little more clarity. He gives him the next step. He's really beginning to see right, man. He's seeing all these things that are helping him to get to his ultimate goal, God's promise for his life. Stay away from that crazy girl. There's a crazy girl that has got it bad for Johnny. And that's the one, that crazy girl, that's the one that wants to get him smoking dope with her because she digs that. She's smoking dope all the time. And he starts smoking dope, and pretty soon he gets busted on a test, on a P test, and he gets kicked off the football team, and he loses his dream of becoming a professional running back for the NFL, right? So then he gives him a little bit more clear. Here's the next step, Jaheem. Let me show you. Now that you got your love glasses on, it's becoming clearer. Study hard. Practice hard. Jesus is pointing out how important it is to dive into your education, really take practice serious, right? Because you know what his ultimate goal is? Here's a cool promise, a cool plan that's just for Jaheem. Remember, every one of us has one of these special made for us, right? And as that begins to get clear, he says, I want to make provision for your life. I want to give you joy. And I want to help you become an NFL running back. How cool is that? He's pretty excited about that plan, right? Now let me ask you guys this, right? Let me ask you guys this. What if, right here, before Jesus showed him about crazy girl, he took the glasses off. And he says, I kind of love other things a little bit more than I love Jesus. I'm more concerned with what my friends think about me. Whatever that argument is. And he takes those glasses off. And that's what happens, guys, when we come out of that relationship with Jesus, when we're not staying in that daily loving relationship with Jesus, it makes our vision get blurry again. And all of a sudden, that warning that Jesus was going to give about crazy girl, he misses it. And he falls for crazy girl. And everything goes south. Right? So keep these glasses on. Because God's got a plan for your life. Why don't you give Jesus a big hug? Good job, angels. Give these angels a big hand.